Episode 29 of 52 Axe Patterns. I'm Ed with Redbeard Knife and Tool, and this is my story about the intricacies of restoring and hanging 52 different axe patterns. There's something intimate about bringing an old axe back to life. Some have been through a lot, and some haven't. And giving them new purpose, whether it's hanging them on a wall or putting them back into service, I get to change their history. Every axe has a story. What we have here is a hewing axe. It's a pretty large one. It has an 8-inch bit and it's 10 inches long. So it's a big one. It's a big one. And I think it weighs, I don't know, let's weigh it. It weighs 6 pounds, 13 ounces. So she's got some heft to her. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hang this on a bent hewing axe handle. This is, if you see here, this has a normal sized eye. I got this hewing axe handle off of eBay, and it's set up for a double eye. But I think there's enough meat in there to where I can shave away what I need. So let's get to that. I think. All right, got her shaped down a little bit. So I think it's gonna go in. It was pretty close just a second ago. Not quite. Not quite. All right, we're going in. Let's give it a couple of pops. Yeah, I think this is going to work out nicely. So we're in probably just about an inch, and yeah, it's working out pretty good. So the reason why you see it's bent. The reason why it's bent is so you can stand on the side of the log and you can swing it and it'll, not get in the way. So the handle is actually away from the log a little bit. I'm setting this up for I guess you could say it's a right-handed, just mainly because the eye was a little bit larger on the top than on the bottom. So that's why I'm doing it this way. It was pretty close, but that's why I'm doing it this way. All right, you see there, we got a little bit of rubbing on the back, so I'll be able to take a little bit of that away. A little bit on this side. So we're just gonna bring it down. That's it. Easy day. think we got it. Yep. I am happy with that. Look at that. Look how that handle just kind of leans to that way. Your left. That's pretty cool. So I'm not sure if hanging it this way actually matters or if it's right, but I hung it that way because of the size of the eye on the top and the bottom. That's just how my brain worked. I'm sure it's reversible because it was pretty close, but that's just how I'm going to do it. Yeah. So let's pop this handle off the head and sharpen this thing. All right, so I got my iron acetate. I already put it in my little container here, and oh, I need a glove. Let me get a glove on. I got a cameraman. My son, Bo, is helping out, so I'm pretty excited about that. Thanks, dude.
Hello.
So I'm putting iron acetate on. You're gonna want to put a glove on like I just did, because if you don't, it'll turn your hand brown, nice and brown. Now this isn't stain. I know I haven't used iron acetate in a while, I don't think. But what it does is it activates with the tannins, oxidizes the tannins, and basically turns the wood dark. Now, because I did already torch it, I torched it to make it a little bit dark. I wanted to give it a little bit of character and kind of help hyperactivate the iron acetate. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't, but this is it right here. And I'm going to set it over here in my vise and let it dry. I'm not really trying to win any prizes for the prettiest bevel. I'm just trying to get it to there where there's a usable bevel. So if you see, there is a pretty good edge on it, very little dents and dings, so it shouldn't be that bad. The back of it is totally flat, as it should be, so it's just got the one single bevel. As far as the head is concerned, there's some letters on here. I'm not really concerned about it because I just want to make this thing pretty again, and so someone can enjoy it on a stick. Yeah. So for the time being, I'm going to start with 36 grit, and then go to 60, then 80, then 120, and then to the conditioning belts. Like I said, I'm not trying to win any prizes. I just want to get it to where it's usable. On the back side, I'm going to clean up the burr with my Risky River sharpening puck. All right, if you look here, I have a burr all the way across on the top. So I'm just going to take the sharpening puck and just run it along the back just to clean up that burr. That's it. That's the only thing that's really necessary when it comes to the backside of a single beveled hewing axe. that was with the polishing belt. I think it looks pretty super sweet. Let's get the wedge made. Yeah, we're almost there. There we go. Nice Osage orange wedge. I think we're ready to hang an axe. All right, I have this Osage orange wedge. Get this dipped in the polymerized linseed oil. Let it sit there while we get the head on. The correct way. That would help. A hammer. I think we're there. Yep. Check this thing out. That's pretty sick. Oh man, things like this just give me the giggles. I don't know what it is. Let's get this thing going. Little taps, and I'll tell you why. And I've said this before. I've seen people flip it upside down. You don't really need to, because once it starts, you tap it in, you start getting the wedging process, it's not going to go anywhere. It's just not going to go anywhere. So once you get it tapped in for a little bit, you don't need a whole bunch. And then eventually, then you can start laying into it. So if you see here, we got a wedge crack. That's not that big of a deal. That just says that the front's not going anymore. So I'm going to pop on the rear a little bit with the front of my mallet, and then the back of my mallet, I'm going to... That's it. Now I'm going to go take it to my bandsaw and trim it. Check that out. Yeah, that's cool. Let me get some gloves on, and we'll get this thing oiled. Hell yeah. All right, let me get this thing oiled. Check out this Osage orange wedge. Look at that. All right, let's oil this thing. While I'm oiling this, you guys tell me whether my son did a good job with the camera or not. And then I'll pass that word to him. Either way, I'm very appreciative. So, shout out to my son, Bo, for helping me out. I love you, dude. He's nodding his head. He doesn't want to say it on camera. That's okay. Look at that. Look at that. That is freaking sexy. So, if you notice right here, we caught a crack right there. It wasn't there before. That must have happened during the wedging process. So, that's pretty normal with a lot of these old axes. As long as you don't go overboard, it'll be okay. It's not a crack, that's just a lamination separation. I guess you could say. But yeah, it's not that big of a deal. I can't see this axe getting used much, if at all, but I did want to give it an edge. So yeah. All right, let me get this thing wiped down and I'll be right back. Episode 29 of 52 Axe Patterns, the Hewing Axe, is in the books with this super gorgeous, probably pre-1900s Hewing Axe on this hickory eBay handle, curved handle, bent handle. See, it's bent. I got it off eBay. I don't remember the seller. I don't remember when I bought it, maybe like a year ago or so. But Osage Orange Wedge, it did develop that crack in the lamination or separation. I wouldn't call it a crack. It's probably fine, but yeah. Dude, I am super stoked about this axe, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I appreciate Bo. Appreciate my son helping me out. Say hi, Bo.
Hi.
Yep. my guest cameraman was helping me out, and thank you, dude. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And yeah, thank you guys. The best way to support my channel is to like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you have any suggestions on how I should have handled this axe, please let me know. I'm willing to learn. I kind of winged this one and did what I thought was right. So please let me know and we'll have a discussion about it. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you. You have a good night.